When you start making circuits with more than one resistor, it can become hard to tell them apart. Luckily, the larger through-hole resistors have color bands that tell you their resistance. You just need to learn how to read the code. First, determine how many color bands are on your resistor. You will most often find resistors with 4 bands, but ones with 3, 5, and 6 bands exist. Because 4-band resistors are the most popular, I'll show you how to read those. You then need to figure out which band is the first band. On most resistors, there will be a slightly larger gap between the last and second to last band. With the first band on the left, find the number that corresponds to the color from the chart. On this resistor, the first band is yellow, so the first number is 4. Then repeat the process for the second band. Violet is the color for number 7, so write that down as the second digit. The second to last band is the multiplier, and it tells you how many zeros to add after your number. Orange corresponds to the number 3, so we add 3 zeros. That gives us 47 times 1000, which is 47,000 ohms, or 47 k ohms. The final band is the tolerance. Gold, the most common tolerance band you'll see on inexpensive resistors, means 5%. This is the tolerance of the resistance that the manufacturer guarantees. So, 47 k ohms with a 5% tolerance means that the resistor can actually be anywhere between 44,650 ohms and 49,350 ohms if we were to measure it. If you do run across a 5-band resistor, reading it is very similar. The only difference is that you have 3 digits instead of 2 before the multiplier. In this example, green is 5, brown is 1, and black is 0. That makes 510 before we add 2 zeros, which we got from the red band. This means this is a 51 k ohm resistor. The last band tells us that the tolerance is 1%. As you start to accumulate a nice collection of resistors, it can be handy to memorize the code so that you don't need to look at a chart every time. Several mnemonics exist to help you memorize the code, but my favorite is "Big beautiful roses occupy your garden, but violets grow wild." The first letter in each of these words corresponds to the first letter of the color. You'll just have to remember that black comes before brown in the list. Also, gold and silver aren't in the mnemonic since you rarely need them to read the base value. However, it's useful to note that you may see them as a multiplier band, in which case you actually divide the resistor's value by 10 or 100. There are also many calculators available on the internet. Just search for resistor band calculator. DigiKey, for example, has one where you can select the colors of the bands and it'll give you the resistor's value. Let's read a real resistor's value for practice. Here we see orange, orange, red, gold. Starting with 0 for big, beautiful roses occupy. Occupy is orange, which is 3. Orange again, so 3, 3. Big, beautiful roses. For red, that's 2, which is our multiplier band. So we add 2 zeros to 33 to get 3,300. With a gold tolerance band, that gives us 3.3 kiloohms plus or minus 5%. Knowing how to read resistor codes can be very handy when building or dismantling circuits. If you're having trouble memorizing the code, don't worry. Online calculators and charts can help.